Hey everyone, my name is Taps, and several of you have asked for an updated price prediction on OMI. So I took a lot of time yesterday to crunch numbers and build a few pricing models. As most of you already know, I'm a crypto, stock, and real estate investor, but never a financial advisor. Before I get into the price prediction, I want to address what's happening with Ecomi, OMI Price, and Veve, the bad, the good, and why I'm not sweating. First, let's take a look at the bad. So the Uniswap listing was poorly executed in my opinion, and I think several of yours. Ecomi and the Veve team have been great about being upfront with us about pretty much everything, but when it came to the Uniswap listing launch, we were all surprised by the wrapped OMI or the OMI token and just how not easy it was to figure out, which diluted the ease of use of getting the OMI token and really didn't get a lot of excitement around it and more frustration. So the good news though for the price of OMI was what we saw was for that time period when people got OMI at 0.022 cents and it was close to almost 6 cents. So basically it shot up to around, above 5 cents and people were paying for it. So it shows us that people are ready to jump in with more legit exchanges and give us a new target high. So from where I'm standing with my initial investment and your initial investment, even if you're at an all-time high, that's pretty good. Second bad is, we saw with the Ultraman drop and the one before that with Nightwing, the drops are freezing up the app and several of us can't get collectibles. So from a collector standpoint, I was furious. I didn't get any Ultraman. I was up for 2 hours early, just sitting on the app, waiting and counting down. And, I had my gems loaded and ultimately didn't see a purchase option for almost 3 hours. That was very, very frustrating and they definitely need to work on that. However, the good news from an investor standpoint, I'm stoked. Let me break this down for you. In less than a few minutes, essentially, 19,500 editions of Ultraman sold out, just gone. The OG superhero of Japan, Ultraman, was bought up by users outside of that country, in which several users have no idea who Ultraman even is. They just understand the value of having him. So imagine what happens when it's Superman or Jurassic Park or Back to the Future or NFL or Star Trek or Street Fighter. It's going to be pandemonium. When they get on legit exchanges and start working with celebrities and announce new licenses, it's going to be ridiculous, which I think we're expecting some pretty big things, but I don't want to speculate who they're working with or what they're doing. So that leads me to the last point of, I guess it was considered bad news, is there are a ton of leaks out there that keep getting proven wrong. And so I'm not going to discuss any rumors or hearsay or leaks until Ecomi confirms them, because I get it. It brings hype, but it also gives a disingenuous look to what Ecomi and Veve are doing, and it's spreading misinformation. And I'm not hating on anyone who's discussing these leaks, because I'm guilty of buying into it too, and I was mad at myself for giving out false info. But I believed it, The good news to this is they were chasing down these big licenses for 2 years when they started, and that was before they really had any attention, right? How many large brands are looking at them now? On top of that, high profile influencers like Logan Paul and several others are mentioning them, and even multiple highly watched crypto YouTubers like BitBoy are highlighting them in videos, constantly keep bringing them up. And I think Trades also brought them up as well. So, we're seeing a lot of spotlight coming to OMI from larger presences. So those items are why we're seeing a lot of resistance around that 1 cent mark, why it's going up and down, and why there's volatility, right? So there's a lot of kind of uneasiness between all of those things mixed together. So we're all real close, right? Like we're invested in OMI and collectibles on Veve, and things move super fast in the crypto space. But sometimes it's good to just take a step back and look and see what's happening from a macro lens. In 2 months, Veve became one of the top 5 entertainment apps in the App Store of multiple countries. It went from roughly 5,000 users to well over 60,000. I heard that it was like somewhere around 100,000, but I wasn't able to find, exact proof, so I don't want to spread rumors, but well over 60,000. This is an older chart with limited or no collectibles for a lot of those new users who hopped on, but they downloaded, they played with it, they're excited about it, they want these collectibles. And the marketplace isn't even open yet. So you can't even go in and buy these collectibles from other users, and we can't sell them yet, but that is coming. On top of that, OMI shot up while pretty much only being on 2 exchanges for a majority of the time, on Bit4x and BitMax, but now it is on Gate.io. OMI is on Uniswap, so that's why you don't see OMI token available on Uniswap via CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. So I hope all of this is sinking in. Like, there's the roadmap's got a lot to go, and they're doing so much, like week by week by week. And that's why I haven't sold a single token. I gave away $100 of OMI to a lucky subscriber, but that was all I've done so far. I'm hodling my OMI bag hard because I did a price prediction, and I'm confident in where OMI is going to go and scale to. So I'm going to show you my price prediction, but if you've gotten value out of this or even reassurance, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the community. So I spent hours yesterday pulling information from multiple sources, trying to build several pricing structures on that scale based on all elements of the tokenomics. And I'm not a mathematician, but I am pretty good at numbers and understanding scalability. So this was me taking the time to try and find a calculated range based off the tokenomics, even though there are so many outliers and unknowns. So here are the numbers. Now, I know this is going to be weird to say, but ignore these numbers because I deleted a bunch of these numbers after I recorded the numbers down here, which are behind my head, because I was trying to build out a 4th pricing model. So I built 3, but it got really convoluted, and I got, very, very frustrated and lost in the sauce, and I just kind of scrapped it. But essentially what I did was I pulled numbers from everywhere. Like I pulled different models based off of the OMI daily burn, which is, you can follow it, the circulating supply of Ecomi originally from a vid that Ecomi did, from numbers from CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and I looked at the circulating supply, I looked at the burn, I looked at how much OMI is burnt monthly, I looked at the burn rate and different calculations in there that I put in, so again, ignore that. Average weekly drop additions, the average addition gem cost, the Ecomi buyback rate based on gems purchased, the OMI buyback rate of NFTs purchased, average trading volume, average price, market cap, and then when it came down to the variables, like the outliers, the things that can affect it going up, going down, I looked at the marketplace gem burn because we don't understand yet how much is going to be transacted in the marketplace because it's not open yet, which is a big piece. Drop rates. Originally, Dan, the COO and co-founder, said, they're going to be moving to weekly drops, which we've seen. But he also mentioned eventually doing multi-week. Beta versus full version. It's still in beta, which I really think they need to stop focusing on launching the licensing. I think they need to focus on the foundation and get the actual app completely figured out and get the exchanges figured out, work up fast, because then it'll scale itself a little bit easier without losing some support. New licensing, I mean, there's a ton in the hopper already, but they keep working, and I think we're going to see some really big names, especially when the full version comes out. Like, not speculating, but I am very hopeful for Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think that's when we will probably hear that news, is once they can actually handle the bandwidth and traffic. Future utilities, so again, I think it's something to focus on in the future. The NFTs are starting to move and doing things, which is going to create hopefully more utility for maybe like in-game use. New exchanges, which, you know, once this hits like a KuCoin and Hotbit and Binance, oh my lord, it's going to be insane. OMI spending on collectibles. So right now, you know, you can buy gems and spend them, but you can't spend your OMI on those collectibles. Demand always ebbs and flows. Same with the trading volume, which kind of tie together. So I looked at all of this, tied it all together, and I'm going to show you now the pricing that was behind my head. So looking at these numbers, I'm going to explain them, and I built out 3 different models. So I did a scaling model based on burn rate and multiple of these different factors, and I did different tiers, and I did a different scaling model based on burn rate, and I did a price scaling model, which I don't think that's as realistic based on the utility and how the tokenomics work, but I still built it out. And I did 3 different tiers based on a conservative estimate, an average, what I think is realistic, and then pie in the sky, the stars align, like everything goes great, and maybe like an all-time high price when we're at the peak of the bull cycle of these 3 different models. So of these 3, I think the top one is the most realistic. I like that the numbers are tighter, and so what we're looking at is 4 to 5 months from now, between August to September, I'm looking at a conservative price of 16 cents, but probably closer to the 23 cent mark. And again, pie in the sky, 42 cents. So my original price prediction, which I did in this video up here, was 22 cents to 48 cents. So my original price prediction was 22 cents to 48 cents in this video here. And that was based on a 6 to 9 months, 6 to 9. So this one is based on a much more precise, 4 to 5 month window between August to September is where I see this really happening. And again, it's at 23 cents is what I think is realistic and the target that I estimated, but conservatively a minimum of 16 cents. So, anywhere from 16, 17 to 22% gain from where we currently are. Now, I want to address this because I know several people are going to be saying, but Taps, there's no way a coin can 22x in 2, 3, 4, 5 months. I mean, that's unheard of. The other thing that people will say is like, that'll shoot OMI's market cap up and will make them a top 10 market cap. Are you saying OMI's going to surpass Cardano? No. I'm not saying that, because you need to consider where the other coins are going to be in 4 to 5 months, and they're going to be much, much higher in terms of market cap. So do I think OMI's market cap will be very, very high, and do I believe it will be in the top 20? I do. So for those of you who bought the top, this is not financial advice, again. But if it were me, I'd be dollar cost averaging down, right? Like buying at a lower price and getting my price target down, or just hodling, because the next few months are gonna be huge. And I sincerely hope that you're there with me to celebrate at the top. So if you agree, let me know down in the comments down below who your homie is. If you disagree, also let us know. Maybe you're a mathematician and you can crunch the numbers for us. Let us know. But that's all I got for you. So I'm Taps. Thanks for your time, and happy trading.